from America's heartland. This is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
Now, true news. News that's not in the mainstream. And the top of the news at this hour, President Obama has endorsed Hillary Clinton, saying, quote, she's got the courage and compassion in her heart to get the job done. The president, national approval ratings was hovering around 50%, was the key ally in Clinton's campaign. Presumptive GOP nominee Donald Trump, though, however, had no former president's campaigning or backing him. Both former presidents Bush indicated they would stay out of the race. Trump tweeted in response on yesterday afternoon, Obama just endorsed crooked Hillary. He wants 4 more years of Obama, but nobody else does. He told NPR, Hillary told NPR that she's thrilled Obama endorsed her. We started off our fierce competitors, and we've ended up with true friends. Obama has been an eager campaign openly, Clinton against Trump, but wanted to remain neutral during the Democratic Party. Saying, quote, I want us to run scared the whole time. Obama told a group of dozen last week in Miami that according to the New York Times, Obama shot the video Tuesday after several new outlets have already declared Clinton the presumptive primary nominee. In other news this afternoon, topping our news this afternoon. In other news, the Eurozone on the brink of explosive financial crisis, according to a report covered by, according to Mario Draghi, he urged the Euro leaders to take some changes in the labor markets. In the labor markets, sorry about that. The chief is aging population is a huge problem in the job market and will start to hack away at the Eurozone's potential for coming years. Speaking in Brussels, Dr. Draghi said we cannot avoid the fact that over time inherited speed limits resulted in the euro area's unfavorable demographics will start to bite. He said the government must now take steps to improve productivity of workers, increase the amount of people increase the amount of people employed. Sorry about that. I had the automation on the news sounder kicked in when I didn't want it to. Right now, this is news you don't get anywhere else. True news on the hour. And I'm Gary J. Russin. This is news you don't get anywhere else. News that's not in the mainstream. GJRB, True News on the hour. This has been a News in Brief at this hour. Complete news later on GJRB.
If you're a new emerging artist and one of your songs out there that please know is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website purely devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online's Up and Coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. and I'll be playing your song on all GJRB online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
Another Radioland coming soon on GJRB Online. Giving new artists what they deserve the most: recognition and airplay. GJRB.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else. Hey, alright, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
And you're listening to Smooth Afternoon here on GJRB. Usually the 3 o'clock hour here on our Smooth Afternoon Friday show. Usually that 3 o'clock hour is just a news and brief. We've covered a couple of big major news stories from noon to about 3 p.m. So we kind of take that as a brief news and go on back to some more of that great jazz here on Smooth Afternoon. Here on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America and around the world. We're going to give you this hour our program schedule for the next coming weeks, and we'll be giving you that, as well as a reminder that we do have our GJRB schedule update podcast. I'm working on a new one, and Monday I'll be recording the best of a Gary Russin program, which will be airing on next week's podcast. Wednesday afternoon, we will going to be live at 2 o'clock Central for the Gary Russin program. Now, as I mentioned previously about a couple of days ago, matter of fact, during my Christian Positive Rock show, I had mentioned that the Gary Russin program hasn't been on in long enough. I should be getting more shows on the air. So I added some Gary Russin programs as part of our GJRB Freestyle Summer. That means that you never know what program's coming on GJRB's Freestyle Summer, because always new programs, new shows, and additional shows in our regular programming will be added sometimes in the last minute. So every once in a while we might have a cancellation or a program addition to our schedule. So it's constantly changing, so keep it on the GJRB Spreaker public site for program change announcements, and I'm working on that GJRB webpage too as well. Beginning on weeks, I'm kind of working in the process of building that website so that we can, do more jazz, more programming schedules. So that's what I'm doing, making sure that we have that done for you and make it available so that you can have that program on. So just to let you know how we're doing that. What I'm doing is making sure that all programs on GJRB are on the air and scheduled, but added surprises are always possible. So just to let you know about that. Coming up this hour, we got some more great smooth jazz coming your way. And if you want to join in on the fun today, you can always do that. We have the lines open. You can chat. Maybe you can get on the radio with me and chat about things between music. And just sit back and just chat with me in the afternoon. And in between, the best smooth jazz you ever heard, just to kick back on a Friday afternoon to head over for the weekend. Smooth jazz on GJRB, and I'm always glad to bring you some of the best in smooth music to get you started on your weekend. I know that you gotta hear some of your best favorites, so I'm getting in there. And sit back and relax and enjoy the music of Smooth Afternoon here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And this is where it's happening, folks. Here on GJRB Online. Coming up, I have new music from Dr. Bob's Big Bop and Jazz. You heard one last hour. Good one called the Hot Clickers Club. I've got a brand new piece for you later on So you're going to want to listen later on. Brand new music from Dr. Bob coming up a little later on. So be aware of that. You're going to want to check in on it and be prepared for it. So it's on the way. And along with that, the best in smooth jazz here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. So enjoy the program. Got a lot going on, so hope you lay back and enjoy the program here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. So let's get back into it now. Get back into some of that smooth jazz here on GJRB. This is Finsky, Mr. 345 on Smooth Afternoon. Mr. 345 on Smooth Afternoon here on GJRB, here on Spreaker, on a weekend starting on a Friday. Got a big weekend coming up for us here on GJRB. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be headed out with our church family. We're going out to the Quad Cities to see Carmen in concert. Be at MG, it's going to be at the, formerly known as the Gospel Temple, now the NGT. It's going to be a fabulous concert, so I'm going to be kicking back and enjoying my Sunday off. Going to be getting some stuff done in production here tomorrow, but then Monday we're going to get started. I got to record our new GJRB Best of the Gary Russin program. Going to go back. I got some tracks that I put together and I found that I'm going to be playing for you, so if you'll join me for that. It's going to be uploading that next weekend for next weekend's podcast weekend. So tune in. So upload, get on the Spreaker public site, and get ready for the Best of the Gary Russin program next weekend on the podcast weekend here on GJRB. You're going to want to get into that. Got some listeners this afternoon. Want to acknowledge them. Let's see, we got some ones on some of the smooth jazz, and we have Smooth Afternoon getting a couple of hits already so far this afternoon. So thanks for those listeners who are dropping in and listening to the show, and even if they are not staying with us, at least they kind of stick around, listen to the program, and maybe catch some jazz and relax on the afternoon. So anybody out there, be watching the board and communicating with you this afternoon while we're playing some music here on GJRB. So enjoy the smooth jazz, but try to get in here and maybe we can get some stuff going on here. So until then, hope you're enjoying the show. Smooth afternoon here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Yeah, glad to be with us. This guy, now we're going to get into some of that, like I said before, new artist, brand new emerging smooth jazz artist now. One of this artist comes from Marathon, Florida. And fabulous. He's really got a bunch of really good recordings here. His name is Christian Wheatley. And fabulous. I've listened to some reviews, some of this, and really good music. You're gonna like this one. The selection is called Ocean Blue on Smooth Afternoon. fantastic piece of music there. His name is Christian Wheatley. Comes from Marathon, Florida. A great piece there called Ocean Blue. And where else can you get Ocean Blue if not in Florida, huh? Yeah, especially after they've had that bad weather last week. Really, it's been touch and go for those people, especially down in Tampa. But this guy comes from Marathon, Florida, which I have to check the map and see exactly where that is. But Marathon, Florida, and a great piece of music there called Ocean Blue on Smooth Afternoon here on GJRB, featuring the new artists that you enjoy the most, brand new emerging artists all the time here on GJRB. Yeah, that's what we're all about here, getting your songs out there. And if you're an emerging artist, like I said before, you want to get your song on our station, just go to SoundClick, get your song on there. If you have SoundClick, I'm there often. Not very often, as I like to be, but I try to be on very often. And you can get on SoundClick and get your music on there. Always glad to have that aboard. And you can go in there, and I fish some songs out of there from time to time. Usually listen to them and get them on the air here on GJRB. That's how I do it, you know what I mean? Alright, good afternoon, smooth afternoon on a Friday. This is Mike Ride, Habit Forming. It's what we are. Smooth jazz, just habit forming on GJRB. ride habit filming on GJRB here on Spreaker across America and around the world. I'm Gary J. Russin. Hope you're enjoying the program. Hope you're enjoying it. Smooth afternoon on a Friday with DJ Daddy-O. More than love.